Good morning, Shine Campus. Let's go over our 14th chapter from the trash man to the cash man. And before we do that, actually, let me invite some people in. Let's see here. I think I have a way to do this. So I actually like this chapter as far as changing our mindset over goes and really being able to think differently about what's going on. And and so maybe this could be in the beginning, but no matter where it's at, it's important because you're going to go to try to do the things that are in this book and you won't be able to if you don't switch your mindset over. So it's super important for us to be able to do that. Let me get these invites out. Let's see here. For those of you who are watching in the public view, make sure you go to our shinecampus.com, theshinecampus.com, and get in there. So that was me, and it was recording me, and I'm trying to share it. So let's do that. Show everybody where I'm at. Book study. Put that in there. All right. So let me turn this off so I'm not echoing. All right. So the chapter 14 is 11 mental money traps that can keep poor people from getting rich. So here we go. There are 26 money traps that you must avoid if you want to become wealthy. You can eliminate the pitfalls that keep most people in poverty for their entire lives and even for future generations. We're going to look at 13 mental money traps, and then when we're going we're going to look at 13 practical money traps. So money trap number one: mistaking negativism for skepticism. The first mental money trap that people need to avoid is mistaking negativism for skepticism. Skepticism is good, negativism is bad. You might ask, what's the difference between skepticism and negativism? Skepticism says, I'm not sure that this is for real. I've got my doubts. However, I'm willing to check it out further. I'm going to investigate to find out whether my skepticism is valid or not. Negativism says, I don't think this is good, and I'm not even going to look at it. I don't think there is any possibility of this happening, so it's not even worth looking into. That negativism will keep you in poverty your whole life. Be skeptical, but don't be negative. When somebody offers you the chance to investigate an opportunity that could make you financially independent, if the first words out of your mouth are, it sounds too good to be true, stop right there. Just because it sounds too good to be true doesn't mean that it is too good, that it is, doesn't mean that it is too good to be true. The first thing that comes to your mind might be, well, if it's that easy, everyone would be doing it. How much do you think that kind of thinking has cost you in your life? Most people have those very same thoughts, and most people are broke. It's easier to make a lot of money than it is to make a little bit. While you may be skeptical or negative about that statement, I'm going to argue or I'm going to urge you to go ahead and investigate further. So when somebody offers you an opportunity to make large sums of money or offers you a chance to look at an opportunity whereby you can make large sums of money, be skeptical, but don't be negative. Don't be so negative that you won't even look at it. I once had one of my millionaire friends tell me, Myron, I tell you, I tell you what, when somebody offers me an opportunity, I always look at it. Most of the time, I make up my mind that I'm not going to do it. However, always look because I never know which opportunity that I pass up might be the one that could have made me a fortune. That makes really good sense. Always look. It doesn't cost you anything or require much energy to look. So my question is, why not look? Why not investigate? As poor people, we need to stop making a mistake of we need to stop mistaking our negativism for skepticism. Be skeptical, but don't be negative. When somebody offers you an opportunity to do anything that's going to make your life better, at least investigate. Don't just say, no, that sounds too good to be true, so it must not be true. In one of my businesses, I give other people an opportunity to make money. I teach them how to do it. I literally take them by the hand and lead them into what I call the financial promised land. The requirement is that they must be coachable and available. In fact, I was speaking with a young lady at a bank recently, and I said, if there was a way for you to earn $150,000 a year, would it be worth 8 minutes of your time to check it out? You know what she said? She said, well, that sounds too good to be true. That the fact is, if she had really thought about it instead of just reacting, she would have thought, obviously, what I think works has only gotten me to where I'm at right now, or I am right now. If this individual is telling me they've got an opportunity for me to make 150,000 a year, it might not be true, but if it is, I don't want to leave it behind instead of just saying, well, it sounds too good to be true. Or if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. That's a mistake that most people make. Remember, your current understanding is producing your current results. If you want some new results, you must get new understanding. I want to read that part again because I like that part. I think it's useful. It's useful for me, it's useful for you. Your current understanding is producing your current results. If you want some new results, you must get new understanding. Um, Mental money trap number two. All right. So poor people are too myopic about money. So these are some interesting words, right? Um, so that in itself helps our minds to grow in a different direction and just kind of stretch out. Um, and maybe you've heard of some of these words, but I know they're not words that are used on a daily basis. All right, poor people are too myopic about money. Another mental money trap we face is that we are too myopic around the subject of money. The word myopic means we only see things that are up close and not things that are down the road. We don't look at tomorrow. We don't look at next week. We don't look at next month. We don't look at 10 years from now. All of our financial planning is around the next 5 minutes. This is a major money trap that keeps people from being financially independent. We only do things financially that feel good to us right now. We do hardly any long term planning. We don't look down the road to the next week, next month, and next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now. After we're gone, what kind of legacy will we leave our children? How have we made the world a better place because we were there here? We don't even look at that because we don't think it's important. We don't see it as a crisis. It's not something that has to be handled right now. Right now was 5 years ago. 5 years from now, 5 years ago. We just never stopped to think about it. While we may not be able to do anything to solve the crisis we're in right now, we can make our tomorrow better today than today. We can do this by preparing better today for tomorrow than we did yesterday for today. I heard a man say once, you are what you have been becoming. This is a powerful statement. You are right now what you have been becoming. You are financially, mentally, spiritually, and physically what you have been becoming. You are the sum total of your past days. Guess what? Your future will be the sum total of your present days, and you will be what you are becoming right now. So let me ask you a question. What are you becoming? Don't be so myopic. that you think your whole life exists in the next 5 minutes. Look down the road further than that. Become somebody who plans into the future. I read in a book once, we better spend some time preparing for our future because we are going to spend the rest of our lives there. Think about that for a minute. We better spend some time preparing for our future because we're going to spend the rest of our lives there. In the Bible, Solomon was the wealthiest and wisest man in the world. He said in Proverbs chapter 6, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise, which having no guide or overseer or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest." Solomon said, if you don't want to be poor your whole life, you've got to be like an ant. An ant thinks winter all summer, and an ant thinks summer all winter. That's why an ant does so well. He's working constantly. In the winter time, he's working to get ready for the summertime. He's working because he knows that it's not always going to be cold. It's not always going to be as hard as it is right now. You may be in the winter of your life right now. Work like you know summer is coming. There's going to come a time when you can bask in the sun. There's going to come a time when you won't be working just to make ends meet. There's going to come a time when you're going to actually have money to enjoy and time to enjoy your money and money to enjoy your time. But you've got to be like an ant. You've got to think summer all winter. Just because things are bad right now, don't go through life thinking things are always going to be like that, like they are right now. They're not. At the end of every night, there's a day. And at the end of every winter, there's a spring. Even only, or I've only been here 45 years, but every single solitary winter I've ever been through has been followed by a spring. The ant thinks summer all winter, but he doesn't just think summer all winter. He doesn't just think positive when things are negative, but the ant thinks negative when things are positive. In other words, the ant thinks winter all summer. When it's summertime, the ant doesn't just say, it's summertime, I'm going to chill. I'm going to take my time. I'm just going to hang out. I'm just going to watch TV and play PlayStation. It's summer. Everything is good. We've got plenty of food. We don't have anything to worry about. We're just going to have a good time. That's not what the ant does. The ant says, okay, it's summertime right now, but winter is coming. I've got to work. Winter is coming. I've got to prepare. Winter is coming. I've got to get ready. Winter is coming. Others will say, why are you working so hard, man? Don't you see the sun shining? Let's go play and hang out. But you can't listen to your summertime friends because winter is coming. You've got to make sure you're ready when the cold weather comes. Don't be myopic. Don't be so myopic that you fall into the trap only seeing today. Today, today you've got to learn how to see tomorrow if you want to become wealthy. That's mental money. That's mental money trap two that keeps poor folks from becoming wealthy. Let's look at our time and see if we got time. Let me just read one more and then I'll let everybody go. Mental money trap number three: poor people don't desire or like money. You say, yes, I do. I desire money. I want to be able to pay my light bill. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You don't really desire it because if the only thing you want money for is to pay your light bill, then your payday is not really a payday anyway. It's just a transfer day. So you are only making money to pay it to someone else. You are not using it to create wealth. All you're doing is running back and forth, working hard to pay the light bill and pay the house payment and pay the water bill and pay the food bill. You're not really earning a living. You're just transferring money from the person who employs you to the person you owe. Unfortunately, as a general rule, people who bought into the philosophy that money is inherently evil, we don't like money. We only want to make enough money to get by. In fact, if you ask a person what's your plan for becoming rich, oftentimes poor folks, men, women, boys, and girls say, I don't want to be rich. I just want to make enough to get by. Well, why would you just want to make enough to get by? Why would you want to survive when you could thrive. You should want to do more by getting, you should want to do more than getting by, than get by. You want to create wealth so you can make a difference in the world around you. You want to create wealth so you can influence other generations. Those young people who are coming after you, who right now are being influenced by the drug culture and by the gangster culture and by the culture that only wants to exploit them when it could empower them. So, yes, you should want to become wealthy. Don't just say, yeah, I don't really like money. It's really not that important to me. If it's not that important to you, you'll never have lots of it. Who is going to go through life figuring out ways to get lots of something that is not that important to them? Some people say, well, being rich isn't everything. Don't minimize being rich, emphasize it and celebrate it. The whole mentality started in the slave culture. Masters wanted slaves to believe that they didn't deserve anything on this side of life. They wanted them to believe that they would get everything good after they died. The Bible doesn't promote or support that way of thinking. In fact, the Bible promotes the exact opposite. Here's what I mean. Jesus said, I am I am come that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. That's not just talking about after a while. That's talking about right now. All of the great patriarchs of the Bible were wealthy. All of the prominent people in the New Testament owned businesses. They were not employees. They were not employees or corporate slaves. They had their own businesses. Some of you may be thinking money is the root of all evil. It's not. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is the root of all evil. Understanding that what the passage means, the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't mean it's the root of every evil in the world, while in the whole wide world to the exclusion of no evil. The love of money is the root of all evil means the love of money is the root of all kinds, all sorts, all types, and all manner of evil. The world all or the word all in the New Testament seldom means all the exclusion of none. Usually what the word all means in scripture is all kinds, all types, all manner. What it means is the love of money is all kinds of evil. In other words, people will do all kinds of evil things to get money. It's not saying if you love money, that makes you evil. That's not what it's talking about. If you're going to use the Bible verse, or if you are going to start promoting something as biblical doctrine, or you're going to use it to prove your point, you might as well think about what it means instead of assigning your own meaning to it. Today, the same philosophy is promoted by the media. Think about it in movies and television shows. If there's a villain or a hero, the villain is usually rich and the hero is poor. Even in the news, rich people are portrayed as greedy and dishonest people. With these subconscious messages bombarding our minds, it is easy to see why, on a subconscious level, most people don't want to be rich. Many will even admit to wanting to be rich. If you have a disdain for money and rich people, you are not likely to do the things that can make you rich. So don't hate and despise money. Don't get to the place where you don't like or desire money. You may be wondering, Myron, how much money should I want to make? I'm going to tell you the exact amount of money you should want to make, down to the penny. You should make as much as you possibly can. That's the exact number. If you can become a billionaire, you don't want to just become a millionaire. If you want to become a millionaire, you don't want to make just $50,000 a year. You want to earn as much as you can. I know that you may be one of the people who are wondering how I could say something like that. Think about it. A tree grows as tall as it can. A dog barks as loud as it can. A cheetah runs as fast as it can. The wind blows as hard as it can. Human beings are the only creatures in nature that do less than we can, and that's because we have a choice. Since we have a choice, let's choose to do as much as we can instead of doing less than we can. Let's not live our lives only half full. Some people say, "Why? I've lived 90 years," but what they have really done is lived 10 years and repeated it 9 times. Some people haven't grown since they were 9 years old. So many people never learned a new skill. Many never learn any new information. That the sad thing is that these very same people go to the grave thinking that their limited view of things is just the way things are. Don't just live the same year over and over again. People say, well, I've got 20 years of experience in business, but they really don't have 20 years of business experience. They really just have 1 year of experience in business and they've repeated it 20 times. This is a huge difference. Don't despise money. Desire it. Earn as much as you can so you can make a big difference, as big a difference as you can. Don't say, I just want to make a lot of money so I can help other people. Not that there's anything wrong with helping other people, but you want to do more than just help other people. You want to wear nice clothes, drive a nice car, take great vacations, and live in a nice house. So don't say, I only want to make money so I can help other people. There's nothing wrong with making money so you can help other people, but help yourself too. Yes, I drive a nice car. Yes, I wear nice clothes. Yes, I have nice jewelry. Yes, I like nice things. And because I make so much money, then the average person, I can also do a lot more to help others. But I want to do more than just help other people. I want to live the best life possible for me. And so do you. And so stop trying to fake everybody out. Don't despise money. That's the third mental money trap. So avoid it like a plague. All right, guys, we will talk to you soon. Enjoy your week.